Okay, so today I wanted to talk about Manyuu Hikenchou. The basic premise of Manyuu Hikenchou is there's the whole setting takes place in like medieval Japan. There's a clan that has a secret that allows them to use their samurai skills to quite literally cut off cup sizes off of women's breasts. Okay, they have this secret written on a scroll that they pass down from generation upon generation of a particular special individual. In comes the main character named Chiefsa. Chiefsa, she's given it actually. I believe she becomes the heir of the clan. She then gets the scroll. She then flees the clan, growing disgusted with their obsession of breasts, to go off into the world. I don't know what she thought she was going to do when she got there, but she left. Now, it turns out your standing in society is entirely based on your breast size. Now, this is particularly with women. With men, I don't really use, I guess, just normal. It's just whatever. Men are just, they probably are they're the reason that it exists like this in the first place. I'm not really sure how the social dynamic works now that I'm thinking about it. I don't even remember. But the point is that women and their importance and anyone around said woman is dictated by their breast size. If you got massive breasts, you're rich and you're famous and you're sought after. And if you got just a bird's chest, then you are impoverished. Okay, that's the setting of this world. Now, the thing about Chiefsa is she apparently possesses the unique ability to not only chop off breast sizes, cup sizes off of women, but then take on said cup sizes unto herself. Which leads to what you would imagine, some interesting scenarios as her bosoms begin to swell up in size from quite literally stealing the mass of other women's breasts unto herself. Yeah, and that's the show, okay? Now, I'm gonna just be straight up and say that I did not enjoy this show as much as I wanted to. I really wanted to like this show because I love the cheesecakey, ridiculous concept they have here of basically like ninja stealing titties. Like, it's so silly. I love it. Okay, I wanted to like it so much more than I did. Ultimately, as I think back on the show, I don't even really remember all that much about it. I actually watched it years ago, and then I went back and watched it again for this video. I still don't remember that much about it. There's not a whole lot of interesting things that happen in the show, to be honest, for me. I will say, I did enjoy the main character of Chiefsa. I liked her. I like the cute, kind of like tomboyish type who's like attractive, but it's kind of like, they're kind of tough, a little rough around the edges. I'm down for that. I like that. I like Chiefsa. She had a good head on her shoulders also. She was a believable character in the sense where she would see how people treated one another, but she went from being basically privileged to seeing how other people who were, disenfranchised were being treated, and then she realized that, and she hated how that was and how people would be treated that way. But at the same time, as she was getting these massive titties, she started realizing, like, even though it's a pain on the back and all this, she could appreciate like the bountifulness of it and how people fawned over her and all this. So she got it. So she was getting a balanced understanding of the world, even with her own biases. And so I thought that she developed pretty well as a character. One of the things that was weird about the clan though, characters like Chiefsa, is that to me she seemed like a ninja. You're ninja stealing bosoms off of women. And taking them upon herself, and her outfit looked very ninja-like to me. She looked like a kunoichi, but I don't think she was. I think she was actually a samurai, which is not the same thing, actually. So it was weird to me. Her design, to me, spoke kunoichi. But, yeah, no, I guess not. I guess she's samurai, which, I mean, makes sense since their techniques are all revolving around sword technique and cutting techniques. And I don't think there's any point in the anime where she's particularly agile, even before her boobs get massive. I don't think she's particularly, like, she's not agile. She's physically fit and everything, but she's not, like, leaping through trees or doing any, like, fantastical ninja shit. Even her companion, Kaede, who lost her bust because she was punished, I think, for being in association with Chiefsa. She lost her breast and she was totally flat, and this chick still had no like agility. So yeah, I guess they're not ninjas, but they don't dress like samurai either. So I don't know. Maybe I'm off base on that, but that just seemed a little odd to me because in my mind I see ninja chick. One of the things I will say that I did like, even though the stories for the most part for me are forgettable, other than Chiefsa herself that I did like, I like the art style. That's one of the things that made me want to check it out in the first place. Like the animation overall is nothing to run home about, but the priority here in this anime is very clear, because when it comes to anything that has to do with titties, them anime titties, you best believe, are sculpted out of diamond. Them things are beautiful. Anything that ever shows any bosoms, they're gorgeous. Anytime you show a breast, it looks beautiful. They make sure they're formed well, nice shape and supple and in whatever shape, and bounce and slap, and they animate wonderfully. Anything having to do with the bosoms, on point. Mwah, on point. Don't get me started on the sound design. My goodness, the sound design, when the bosoms like wobble and slap together, it's like actual fleshy sound. In most anime, like I've been recently watching Miss Kobayashi, they have like, whenever they show the bosoms, they have like a boing kind of like stylized sound. To me, in my mind, that's because the anime is very stylized and they want to kind of suggest the idea of the bosom, not actual real bosoms, because it's not supposed to be real. And a lot of anime go in that direction. It's supposed to be stylized. It's fantastical. It's not supposed to be real. Manyuu Hikenchou actually goes for simulating a more realistic sound by comparison, and it actually sounds like flesh like slapping on each other, and actually it's kind of god tier. Like it's it's a different direction than something like Kobayashi-san, but for what they're trying to do, it's beautiful. It might be the single best thing in the whole thing. Like it's like more anime need to adopt this sound. When they're transforming in Kill la Kill, I don't want to hear like whipping sounds. I want to hear the Manyuu Hikenchou sounds, okay? It's so good. Anyway, I don't want to obsess over that too much because it's weird enough as it is. But it's one of the best things about the show. Other than that, the show's just kind of okay. I enjoyed some of the ecchi moments in there, but I feel like they could have went a little crazier with it. And I think to that end, I actually enjoyed the special episodes more than the main series itself. There were certain episodes that were like episode specials, like little short episodes where they kind of let just soft erotica just kind of happen and characters just acting silly, you know, on their off time. And I'm just like, this is, I feel like, what the show is about right here. This is where it exists. There should just be more of this. You know, there was like a single episode, like maybe like one episode I can remember in the actual series, one of the main episodes, where Chifasa has to go toe to toe with this woman with massive bosoms, because of course, on this contest where they're on a platform and they get a bunch of dudes to hoist them up in the air and they shake them. They shake the platform real hard. And then they're just like up there just being shaken, just objectifying the shit out of these women. Oh Lord, that's just terrible. And they're just like throwing water or sake on their titties and stuff, and they've got they're covered up, but they're getting wet, and they're just bouncing and slapping together, and this other chick is doing like stripper pole dances, and Chifasa is just like, my goodness, what did I get myself into? That episode was great. That one was fun. They should have had more episodes like that, but I'm thinking back and I don't remember them having too many episodes quite like that. I feel like that's where the series, its premise really has a chance to shine, you know? Because it's all about the oppai, and that's the whole show. It's just beautifying and sensationalizing anime titties. It does it well when it does it, but then when it's not really doing it, it's kind of like, I don't know if I care about the rest of this. So those are my thoughts on Manyuu Hikenchou. It's got some fun parts in it, and there's certain things that they do really well in terms of the oppai and the sound design of said oppai. And I do like Chifasa as a character. I think she looks cool. I think she looks more like a kunoichi. I think she should be a kunoichi. I think that's just what she should have been. She doesn't look like samurai to me, but I digress. For those who've seen the anime or read the manga, I did read a little bit of the manga. Sound off in the comment section. Let me know what you think about it and get a dialogue started. And that's it. I'm out.